Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Renee DIY. Today we are arranging flowers. We're going to go from this to beautiful bouquets for our mothers that we can give them for Mother's Day on May 14th. Alright, so let's get started. So one of the best gifts you can give your mom is something that you made yourself. And if you're an adult now, you're probably done doing the little macaroni necklaces and little hand-drawn cards. So I always feel like freshly arranged flowers is a great gift. Two ways you can go about this. You can take one of Mom's favorite crystal vases and fill it with beautiful flowers, or you can go out and get a vase of your own and you can give that to her as a gift. So let's go ahead and get started. So typically when you are arranging flowers, you want to have something in the water to get started. This little thing, this little packet that comes with the flowers is actually full of good stuff, but if you don't have it, I suggest using club soda and sugar in the water. That'll actually help keep your flowers all nicely perked up and looking good for a long time. So since I've got this, I'm going to go ahead and use this. Yummy flower food. And then for this vase, I want to do something tall that's going to be out here. The way I arrange flowers is I like things really tight, so I use a lot of flowers. So if you're asking yourself, where do these flowers come from? Of course, you could go to a florist, but you know what's really easy to do? Your local grocery store, Trader Joe's, or even the Costco in your area has great flowers, usually things that are in season. If you take your time and select flowers that are fresh, you can create a beautiful arrangement. So here's what we're gonna do. So I start with the big flowers first. I happen to love hydrangea, so I often will use this as my base. By the way, these petals on the hydrangea are actually not petals, they're called sepals. And when you're watering your hydrangea, you can spritz these petals. On the outside, they actually absorb water, which is really good to know because hydrangea always need, just a little perking up. So I like to snip the edges, and I'm also going to try to figure out what height I want these to be. So I'm going to snip these. Sometimes, if I don't have time to arrange flowers for myself when I'm entertaining, I will prepare them the night before, snip off the edges and put them in water so they can fluff up, and then I do the final arrangement in the morning. So let's just see how I did guessing. All right, so I like the height of these. And this arrangement is probably going to super perk up as we go. So I'm going to use some other hydrangeas as well. I often like to use white, which is, hydrangeas are different colors stand for different things. And white is all about grace and beauty, which I love that in my flower arrangements. All right, so now we've got a couple more here. So first I'm just kind of placing to see what I've got. Now there's no formal way to do, see how it's starting to turn into something here? All right, so you just really kind of want to do this by feel. Sometimes I will take off a couple of the leaves as well because you end up having a lot that's interrupting. So like this one's got a leaf that I don't like, it's got a hole in it. And this one's got one that's a little bit low, so I'm gonna pull that off. So I've kind of got the base of my arrangement here. So now in order to get the kind of that round look that I'm going for, I can start filling it out with beautiful colors. As you can see, I've got all these great spring colors here on the table. So from here, I'm probably gonna go to my greens next because I like blues and greens together. So I'm gonna measure, see about where I'm at, snip these, and let's see what that looks like. All right, so that's right about the same height that I'm looking for. On these, I usually pull the leaves off the side because I don't like to see those. By the way, to me, this is one of the most relaxing things you can do. Working with flowers is like working with nature, and working with your friends is a very happy thing to do. So what you're looking to do is just get a shape going, kind of get some layering going here. And then I'm gonna add some color. I really like these for a nice pop. So I'm gonna pull off the leaves here. For Mother's Day, you're looking for something really cheery, so you want lots of colors. And you want things that are in season as well. So now I feel like I want a little bit more variety. So I'm gonna grab some of these Gerbers, which I love. And at this point, you're really just kind of building out a whole circle. I like how this is looking. Now, I'm gonna go to roses. Because roses are great fillers in these little spaces just to kind of close up the air. From here, I think a little yellow would look nice. And then once you start getting the shape that you like, you want to actually have something with a little bit of height. So I like all this, move this where this is. And then I like the eucalyptus for a little bit of height or just a little bit of extra drama in your arrangement. Because I want this to have height, I really don't want to trim too much off of this. I just want to open up and have a clean edge. Now we've got a little detail that can come off the top of that. A little detail over here. Just to give that little height. All right, so I like to add some of these airy flowers just to add kind of a wildflower look to it. I think before I'm all done, I'm gonna add a couple of tulips in here too. So you've probably noticed that I've been using gardening shears. They're great because they're nice and sharp. You can actually close them. There's a little safety on them so that you don't hurt yourself. And I'm always cutting on an angle when I'm trimming, because you want to have the stem have the most ability to get water in here, because once you've done this beautiful bouquet, you want to make sure that you have a lot of life in this bouquet so that people can enjoy it for a long time. I hope this gave you some great tips on how you can arrange flowers for your mom or for any time you're entertaining at home. So to all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. To all the kids, don't forget your mom, arrange some flowers for her. And until next time, this was Renee DIY. Follow us at iconiclife.com and at Iconic Life Mag on Instagram. See you soon.